Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am going to partake with you some Egypt trip tips that you should know before you visit this amazing country. Egypt is one of the most fascinating and different destinations in the world. It has a rich history, culture, and natural beauty that will leave you in admiration. But it also has some challenges and tricks that you need to be apprehensive of and prepared for. So then are my top 10 Egypt trip tips for an amazing trip. Tip number 1: choose the right time to go. Egypt can get veritably hot and crowded during the summer months, especially from June to August. The stylish time to visit Egypt is between October and April, when the rainfall is cooler and further affable, and there are smaller excursionists. You can also enjoy some carnivals and events during this time, similar as the Abu Simbel Sun Festival in February and October, when the sun shafts illuminate the inner sanctum of the tabernacle. Tip number 2: get your visa in advance. Depending on your nation, you may need a visa to enter Egypt. You can apply for an visa online before your trip, or get a visa on appearance at the field. Still, I recommend getting your visa beforehand to avoid long ranges and possible swindles at the field. The visa costs $25 USD and is valid for 90 days from the date of issue. Tip number 3: dress modestly and hypercritically. Egypt is a generally Muslim country, and you should admire the original customs and culture when it comes to apparel. Avoid wearing anything too meaning or tight-befitting, especially in religious spots and pastoral areas. For women, it's judicious to cover your shoulders, knees, and casket. For men, it's better to avoid films and sleeveless shirts. You can also bring a scarf or a chapeau to cover yourself from the sun and dust. Tip number 4: be prepared for dealing and tilting. Logrolling is a common practice in Egypt, especially in requests and remembrance shops. You should always negotiate the price before buying anything or agreeing to any service. Do not be hysterical to walk down if you are not happy with the offer. A good rule of thumb is to start with half of the asking price and work your way over from there. Tipping is also anticipated in Egypt for nearly everything. You should cock your attendants, motorists, wait persons, hostel staff, etc. The quantum depends on the quality of service and your satisfaction, but generally 10 of the bill or 10 to 20 Egyptian pounds per person is respectable. Tip number 5: drink bottled water and eat precisely. Tap water in Egypt isn't safe to drink, so you should always buy bottled water or bring a water sludge or cleaner with you. You should also avoid ice cells, salads, raw fruits and vegetables, road food, and unpasteurized dairy products. Stick to cooked food from estimable cafes or hospices, and wash your hands constantly. Tip number 6: hire a companion or join a stint. Egypt has so important to offer in terms of literal and artistic lodestones, but it can be inviting and confusing to navigate on your own. Hiring a companion or joining a stint can make your trip more pleasurable and instructional. You can learn further about the history and significance of the spots you visit, skip the lines and hassle of buying tickets, get access to some retired gems and off-the-beaten-path places, and have someone who can help you with any issues or questions you may have along the way. Tip number 7: respect the photography rules. Photography isn't allowed in some places in Egypt, similar as galleries, sepulchres, kirks, military zones, etc. You should always ask for authorization before taking prints of people or places, especially women and children. You may also have to pay a figure for using your camera or phone in some spots. Be careful of scammers who may offer to take your print for free but also demand plutocrat latterly. Tip number 8: lift a camel or a felucca. No trip to Egypt is complete without riding a camel or a felucca. A camel lift is a delightful way to witness the desert and see the conglomerations from a different perspective. A felucca is a traditional rustic windjammer that glides along the Nile River. It's a comforting way to enjoy the decor and watch the evening. Tip number 9: be apprehensive of your surroundings and things. Egypt is generally safe to visit, but you should still exercise caution and common sense. You may encounter some petty crimes like pickpocketing, swindles, hassling, and bribery. You should always keep your valuables secure and retired. Avoid walking alone at night, and be alert of any suspicious or unwanted attention. You should also avoid any political demonstrations or demurrers, as they can turn violent. Tip number 10: have fun and be open inclined. Egypt is a awful country with a lot to offer. You'll meet some friendly and sociable people, see some amazing sights, and have some indelible jests. But you'll also face some challenges and frustrations, similar as business logjams, pollution, noise, crowds, etc. The key is to have a positive station and be flexible and adaptable. Do not let the small effects ruin your trip. Rather, concentrate on the good effects and enjoy the adventure. That is it for my Egypt trip tips. I hope you set up them useful and helpful. However, please leave them below if you have any questions or commentary. And if you liked this videotape, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for further trip tips and vids. Thank you for watching and see you coming time.